All right, see if this story sounds familiar. There's a poor man, covered with sores and wounds, lying by the door outside, hungry and thirsty. And then he dies, but he's carried to the side of his father, and someone asks him for help. Who is this man? If you answer Lazarus from the parable about the rich man and Lazarus, you're right. And if you answer Jesus, you're also right. Because Jesus identifies with the poor. So this upcoming Sunday's gospel about the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, we hear about this rich man who dines sumptuously each day. He throws major feasts, and he gouges himself with food, and yet he gives nothing to this poor man Lazarus who is lying outside the door of his house. Lazarus would have longed to eat even the scraps that fell from his table. And yet when we think about this, we're so often like this rich man, because Jesus hungers for our love, and he lies outside the door of our house, the door of our hearts, and we give him nothing. Jesus is covered with his wound from the cross, and he says, I thirst, because he thirsts for us, and we don't give him our time or our attention. But there are very simple ways to remedy this. One way is through Scripture. So in the Gospel, when the rich man dies and he goes to a place of torment, he begs Father Abraham to send Lazarus to appear to his own brothers, lest they too come to this place of torment. And Abraham tells the rich man, they have Moses and the prophets, meaning they have the Scriptures. Because if we read Scripture, we'll come to know God. And a very simple way to read Scripture is to maybe just read one chapter from the Gospels each day, so we come to know the life of Christ. In fact, if we read one chapter from the Gospel each day, beginning this Sunday, we can read through all 4 Gospels and finish by Christmas. Or another way to do this is to Google a passage that we want to learn about, maybe a passage about hope. And we just simply Google a passage of hope and we read it and pray with it. Or maybe we Google a passage about overcoming anxiety and we spend time reading it. Because if we read Scripture and we give Jesus our time and attention in that way, we'll come to know him. And the second way is through adoration and prayer. So often we won't even give Jesus the scraps after Mass because we book it after Mass and we run to leave. But what if we spend some time, just a few minutes after Mass, in prayer, thanking God for the gifts, and not just giving Jesus scraps, but inviting him in through the door of our heart, so we can make our heart a dwelling place for him. Because when we start to do that, we'll develop a deep relationship with him, so that Jesus can say of us, when I was hungry, you gave me to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I was a stranger, you welcomed me. And if we welcome into the door of our hearts, then we can have great hope that one day Jesus will say of us, come, you blessed of my Father, and inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.